In the today's session, we will talk about what is the role of management accountant, how the management accountant plays an important role in success, survival, and growth of the organization, that we will discuss today, right? When you talk about the role of management accountant is an administrator of accounting. Administrator of accounting here refers to, he will administrate financial accounting, cost accounting, as well as management accounting. So because he extract the information from the cost accounting and financial accounting, that's the reason why we call him as an administrator of accounting, right? So management accountant designs the framework of cost accountants. What is the cost accountancy? We have discussed. It is the concept where we will calculate the total cost of the product. So cost accountant role is calculation of cost. So this data plays an important role. So management accountant design the framework. So in the sense, what management accountant will inform the cost accounting department to provide the data in a particular specific format, right? So then only it will be easy for the management accounting to utilize the data. So he will call as administrator. The reason is he will provide the information to the cost accounting department to provide the data in a specific format. Then he even provide the framework for the financial accountants even, right? So financial accounting department even will be given information by the management accountant to provide the specific data in a specific format, so that it will be useful for the decision making, right? Sometimes financial accounting data and data should be given in a comparative format. Sometimes they require individual format. So whatever it may be, but the administration of the accounting lies in the hands of the management accountant. He will specifically give the instructions to the financial accounting department and cost accounting department to provide me the specific data in this specific format. Though the financial accounting and cost accounting department, they do their own accounting process, but while preparing some formats, they will seek the information of the management accountant and will make the reports, and data will be presented according to the requirement of the management. Then next is prepares a report for routine financial and operational decision making. So he will prepare, the management accountant should prepare reports, right? Besides that, he will ask the reports from cost accounting department and financial accounting department, right? Why? To do the operational decision making process on the day-to-day basis. So prepares reports for routine financial and operational decision making. So it is the most important, what we call role of management accountant, that he must act as an administrator for entire accounting system, right? So this is the most important role that management accountant will play. Long-term and short-term planning. See, the planning should be two types. One is long-term and short-term. Long-term objectives of the organization will be differ, and short-term objectives will be differ. So he is the authority and concerned person with regards to making the, what we call, long-term as well as short-term decision, both the decisions. So that's the reason why we call it as role of management accounting. One of the most important role is long-term and short-term planning. So under that, forecasting future business opportunities. What he has to forecast, he has to forecast future business opportunities. What are the basic business opportunities we have in the future? How we can diversify the business? How we can, what we call, enhance the business? What are the opportunities we have in the future? How we can convert the opportunities, right, based on the market situations. Clear? So that's the reason why he has to concentrate on the forecasting of future business opportunities. Next, emphasis on economic activities. More emphasis will be on business activities, right? Economic activities refers to here the business activities, how the business will be done, how the product will be sold, how they can generate greater amount of profit. So economic activity is the most essential part of the role of management accountant, right? It is short term as well as long term. Anticipation and implementation of future plans. Suppose the organization has having long-term goals to expand all its business activities across the India. Presently, presume that they are active in only in South India, the business. They wanted to expand their future activities in the North India also, right? Then they need to anticipate what kind of a situations will be there. They need to implement future plans. What are the plans they have made? And that should be implemented. That is the role of management accountant, to look into that, right? So anticipation and implementation of future plans, how the future can be kept, plans will be made, and how these plans will be implemented, because we need to create strategy, not mere plan. Strategy is refers to when plan is followed by an action, so we need to keep it in action. Next, formulating corporate strategy. What is the strategy, right, that you wanted to keep, right? Corporate strategy, how you want to achieve your targeted goals, right? What kind of a business strategy you wanted to keep, right? All those things with regards to long term and short term, right? So presume that your strategy is to make business international. How you can make it international? What are the required stuff you wanted to have? That is the planning will be done and executed by the management accountant. So the formulating corporate strategy. Then market analysis and study. We need to analyze, as a management accountant, you must analyze the market situations, opportunities available in the market, threats in the market, and you must study those analysis before applying those analysis. So market analysis and study is the most essential part of the role of management accountant. See, management accountant primary objective is future. In future, how to make prudent decisions. That all should be comes under the category of the role of management accountant. Maintaining optimum capital structure. This maintaining optimum capital structure, regarding we discussed earlier even, right, in the beginning sessions. So optimum capital structure is very, very important, because management accountant is highly associated with the what we call finance and all those things. So that's the reason why optimum capital structure should be derived by the management accountant, right? So under that, what we will discuss, management accountant play a major role in raising of funds. First, raising of funds, how to raise the funds, what are the different alternatives we have, how much funds we require, all those things. Once we get the requirement of funds from the various departments, then it is duty of the management accountant to raise the funds. How to raise, from where to raise, all those things come into the picture. Next, impact of various funds on the profitability. So what kind of an impact will be there with regards to various types of funds on the productivity and profitability of the business? Suppose if you raise money from the equity, then what will happen? You will not, the money will not have any immediate repayment, but the value of the shares, in the sense the shareholders equity will be diluted, in the sense more number of shareholders will come into the picture, then the what we call owners will increase. Whereas if you take the money from the debentures or external parties in the form of loans and advances, what will happen? You need to bear the fixed percentage of interest on every time. Besides that, the interest what you will pay, it will give the benefit in the taxation, but you need to make the payment. Therefore, you must be very careful with regards to payment of interest and payment of the principal amount, right? So these are the pros and cons are there with regards to raising of the funds and impact on the profitability. Then proper application of funds. Once you raise the fund from various sources, then you need to apply the funds where it should be applied optimally so that we can generate more profits. So proper application of funds is also very important. If you fail at application of funds, you cannot generate the profit. If you cannot generate the profit, you cannot repay the shareholders as well as the banks or financial institutions from where you have taken the money, right? Then maintaining proper mix between debt and equity. Always we need to have a proper mix. We should not rely upon only one source of finance. We must rely upon multiple sources, right? So you must not take the entire amount from the debt only, from the loans only. You must not take the entire amount from the equity only. You must not apply the entire amount from the retained earnings only. You must have a mixture of all these, so that you must judge what kind of an impact on the business from if you apply the money from the various sources. Then you need to make a decision, right? Next, control. As we have already discussed, this control is the very essential. Wherever you go, you will find the word control, right? So that's the control is being a very, what we need to control here. The management accountant analyzes accounts and prepare reports, right? He will analyze accounts and prepare reports, right? Standard costing, right? Standard cost reports, right? Budget reports, right? Please off your mics. Please listen to me carefully. Once it is done, we'll have the doubt session. Don't speak with each other, right? So preparation of report pertaining to standard costing, right? Then budgets, right? Then variance analysis and interpretation, right? So next, cash flow and fund flow analysis we have to do. The management of liquidity we have to do, the management accountant has to do. Then performance evaluation, right? Then responsibility accounting, etc. for control. See why we are doing all these things, that is standard costing, budget, variance analysis, cash flow and fund flow, management of liquidity, performance evaluation, responsibility accounting. All these things will be analyzed and reports will be prepared on all these matters to control the operations of the business, to have a check and balance and control. If you prepare budget, then you will have what kind of an income you are generating. What do you mean by budget? Budget is a planning of income and expenditure. How much money you are having, how you wanted to utilize that money. That is called as budget. Standard costing, you need to calculate the cost of the products, right? What is the standardly the cost incurred for making such product? Variance analysis, budget and standard costing will be used to calculate the variance analysis. Suppose before the commencement of production, you calculated that the production cost, let's say 1 lakh rupees, but when you started actual production, the production cost was incurred at 1,05,000. There was a difference of 5,000 that you did not calculate properly. So then if you did not, if your calculation goes wrong, how you will arrange the funds? So that's the reason why variance analysis must be done. So when we do the variance analysis, we will come to know that last time there was a variance of 5,000 deficiency we had. Then how to overcome the deficiency? That kind of a deficiency, such variance will be considered for the future plans. Even when we make a future plan, then we'll consider that variation. That what was the variation we had last time. In order to overcome such kind of variation, we will try to prepare exact plans, right? Then cash flow and fund flow. Cash is very important. So cash flow is different and profit is different. Availability is cash is different, profitability is different. Availability is cash, only cash, profit include non-cash items even. So that we need to understand what is the cash, what we call status of the organization. Is it in a position to make the payments? Right? What kind of a cash is generated from operations, investments, and financial various activities, which will be dealt by cash flow statement, that is operating activities, financing activities, and investment activities, right? And fund flow, even the same. Management of liquidity. Nowadays, everybody is facing liquidity problem, right? Due to this pandemic of Corona, COVID-19. So that's the reason why we must maintain proper liquidity of cash. Then only we can run the business prudently. If you don't see nowadays, working capital is very important. You have introduced the capital and doing the business, but to do the business, to meet day-to-day operational activities, you must have working capital. If you don't have working capital, you cannot continue, you cannot run the business even, right? Then management of liquidity is very important. Performance evaluation. We must evaluate the performance. If you don't evaluate the performance, then how you will rectify the errors, right? Evaluation of your answer sheets are very important, right? In the same way, yes, please don't talk with each other. Then performance of evaluation, then responsibility accounting. So we need to have responsibility accounting with regards to cost, with regards to budgets and all those things, right? So that's the reason why this all plays a very important role, controls. Then development and management, developing management information system. This is very important. Management information system, we have one separate topic. Even there we will understand what is management information system elaborately, right? Now, the management information system, under this system, we must prepare routine reports. Day-to-day reports has to be prepared. The management information system will play a vital role in preparation of these reports automatically without, once you give standard instructions to system, then the system will generate the report whenever we require, right? So MIS will facilitate that process of generation of reports, right? So routine reports as well as reports for long-term decision making are forwarded to managerial personnel at all levels to take corrective actions at the right time. Clear? So management information system is very, very important with regards to what we call role of management. This is one of the most important role of management. Have a proper management information system, then only he can give proper, he can make proper decisions even, right? Then next, the management accountant also use these reports for taking important decisions. Just now I have explained. So to make decisions, the reports are quite essential. Then participating in management process, right? So management process in the sense, in the process of making decisions, the management accountant should participate, right? Under that, we have management accountant plays an important role in the organization. He performs what all he performs. He performs staff functions. So what are the duties should be given to staff, how the staff should work, right? Then line authority over the accountants and other employees. He will act as an authority in their organization as well as line authority, similar line authority for the other departments even. So because he need to get the information from all the departments, right? Then he educates executives on the need for control information and the ways of using it. His duty is to educate executives, right, on the need for control information and ways of using it. So information should be used properly and we must generate proper report. For that, the duty of the management accountant is to provide proper information as well as educate the other department peoples, right? So that is the most important role of management accounting, educating the other department people, right? He shifts relevant information from the irrelevant and reports the same in a clear form to the management. So what he does, he shift relevant information from the irrelevant data. Suppose one data is available, out of that data for particular decision, the data is not useful. So what he will do, that irrelevant data will be used and converted into a relevant data in a different formats. So data will be changed as per the needs and rules and as per the purpose of the organization, right? So that's the reason why shifting irrelevant information, right, to relevant reports, the same in a clear form to the management and submitting to the management to make a decision. So irrelevant information will be converted as a relevant information to create the report and submit it to the management for making decisions. And finally, decision making. This decision making is very, very important. All these things, we are reports and everything we are doing done by the management accountant in order to make decisions only. So decision making process is very, very important. So what kind of a decisions? Management accountant provides necessary information to management in taking short-term decisions first. Short-term decisions refers to optimum product mix. So product mix is important. Which kind of a products you are producing? Only one product or multiple products you need to produce. You should not rely on only one product. So product mix is very important. Make or buy decision, whether to make or buy. So sometimes what will happen, if you make that product, the cost will be more. If you purchase from the market, the cost will be less. So instead of making product at the organization, we need to purchase the product from the external market so that we can generate more profits. So this make and buy decision concept we have in marginal costing and break-even analysis chapter. Then lease or buy, whether to take the assets on the lease basis or purchase by applying huge amount, right? So that is also very important. Then pricing of products, how to determine the price of the product, right? On what basis we need to decide. Market conditions, cost plus profit, all these factors will be taken into account before deciding the pricing of the product. Discounting a product, etc. Sorry, discontinuing a product, etc. So whether to produce or discontinue. Suppose sometimes some products will not generate greater profit. In such a case, what we will do? We will discontinue the product making, right? So discontinue of the product. Then long-term decisions. When you come to long-term decisions, capital budgeting is the long-term decision. Capital budgeting, what is capital budgeting? It is a process of investment decision making, right? So capital budgeting is long-term decision making is very important. Then we have capital budgeting chapter. Separately there we will analyze and understand what is capital budgeting. Then investment appraisals. We need to understand investments. We need to see whether the investment is feasible or not. We need to revive the investments, whether to apply the money or regular investment, right? So this is also very important, investment appraisal. The project financing, how to finance the particular project, right? Then, so these are the, so next session we'll understand management information systems separately. So till now you understood the most important topic, that is role of management accountant, right?